You have a friend who's trying to convert you into being a K-pop stan? Are you utterly confused by how the K-pop industry works? Or even do you actively dislike K-pop and not understand the hype at all? Well, my friend, have no fear, for you have arrived at a beginner's guide to K-pop. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hello and welcome. My name is Kira. I am a grown adult with a credit card and a college degree, and today I'll be explaining to you the basics of K-pop, debunking some popular misconceptions, and explaining to you why exactly I love it so much. Let's start with the basics. It's just pop music. We have to put a fancy label on it because us English speakers aren't the target demographic and we get uncomfortable and anything isn't built specifically for us, but it's literally just pop music. Find a playlist on Spotify. I'll put a playlist in the description to some of my favorite jams and then listen to it. And boom, you're into K-pop. Congratulations. It's that easy. It's literally just pop music. It just happens to be made in Korea, South Korea. Don't make that joke, it's not funny. So yeah, pop music, made in Korea. It's made up of girl groups, boy groups, and solo artists that are formed, marketed, and run entirely by entertainment groups. That is something that was very confusing to me when I was first getting into K-pop, because the way that the industry works over there is completely different from the way that the industry works over here. So what happens when an entertainment company wants to debut a new group or solo artist is first they scout for talent. Sometimes they literally grab children off the street, but they also, of course, hold auditions to gather together their group of trainees, talented tweens who go into literal debt to train at these companies. They train in singing, dancing, rapping, and then throughout their training, the entertainment company makes periodic cuts until they've narrowed it down to the group that they want. Typically, there's a leader who is sometimes the oldest member of the group, and usually they're the ones representing everybody on stage, like talking at award shows. When they go to interviews, they're usually the point person. Then you've got your vocalists, your rappers, your dancers. Sometimes they pick someone to be the visual, and sometimes they pick someone to be the center. It varies from group to group. If you look at BTS, here are all of the dancers, here are all of the rappers, here are all of the vocalists. There's some overlap, but not everyone does everything. When you compare that to a group like ITZY or TXT, those two groups are known for being triple threats. So the entertainment company is in charge of everything, has creative control over everything. They hire songwriters and producers to make the music. They hire the directors and the people who make the music videos. They hire the choreographers. It all comes down from the company. When the group is ready to debut or when they're having a comeback, they go onto one of the many music shows that are in Korea. Now this is fun. Music shows are a huge deal in Korea. There's one almost every single day of the week. When the group debuts or when they're promoting their comeback, they go onto these shows, they perform the number, and then at the end of the night, they choose a winner who gets a trophy. There's confetti, and then they do a fun, sometimes silly encore of the performance. It's so fun. The winners are chosen. Sometimes it's based on charts, sometimes it's based on votes, so it's not like the same winner on each of those shows, but it's so much fun. Each time they come back with different outfits, different sets, different concepts, different vibes. There is simply so much content to get into. It's just so fun. This concern does make sense. But in this day and age, idols are getting their grubby little fingers all over the stuff that they produce. For example, there's a subunit in Stray Kids called 3RACHA. They have produced all of Stray Kids' music since their debut. So all of their music is coming directly from them. For BTS's most recent album, they were all over that. The members themselves came up with the promotional materials, Jungkook directed the Life Goes On music video. Every single member of BTS has released at least one original song. We've got 3 members who have already released albums of their own, with the others quickly following behind. I am positive there are more examples of this. I just don't know enough about K-pop to list more of them, but it's a trend that's becoming more and more popular. So if that's something that's really important to you, you can find that in K-pop. This one I can also get where it comes from, because K-pop groups, they were strangers and then they trained together and then they debuted. It wasn't like an organic beginning to the relationship. But no, K-pop groups are really successful because of the strength of the community of the fans that rally around the idols. Entertainment companies have become really good at fostering a really strong connection between the idols and the fans so that that fan base can feel really motivated to support them. Every K-pop group has a special name for their fans. You've probably heard BTS has ARMY. All of them have specially designed light sticks to bring to concerts. Idols go live all the time on VLive. I don't know how to describe it, but there's a connection that idols have to the fans that I feel like I don't see a lot in Western artists. Like every time BTS wins an award, they thank ARMY. Or like they're always talking about how much they love ARMY. There are songs dedicated to their love for ARMY. Another way that K-pop groups are really good at getting fans to fall in love with them is they put so much content out that showcases each idol's personality. There are full vlogs on YouTube. Like, idol groups have YouTube channels and they have vlogs on there. Some of them have full-on variety shows that release weekly that's just the group's doing shenanigans. It's so fun. So you love the group for their music, but then you also can really get to know their personality and like have inside jokes with them and know their sense of humor. I would compare the relationship that I have with idols that I like to like the relationships I have with my favorite YouTubers. Obviously there's still the wall there, like I recognize I don't know them, but there's a level of familiarity that you have. Like I can relate to them. Their success is my success. We're all in this together type of thing. Ah yes, a different language. The final straw. The thing that drives people away. The biggest hurdle to overcome. Okay, let's take a moment. Music is not a textual language. First and foremost, it is an emotional language. It is a vibes language. Don't you ever just turn on music and vibe? But it's you. You're the one that I want. You. Everything that I want. 내가 텐내린 blue. 모든 게 바뀌어. But it's you. 어제 얘는 아름다워. 그 하얀 꽃잎의 daisy. 그 속에서 나도 crazy. I recognize that everyone has a different relationship to how important lyrics are to their experience of music. I do. I really do recognize that. And I guess I'm a little biased because I don't pay that much attention to lyrics. Either they're very, very good or it's just a vehicle for me to sing along. And you can still sing along to K-pop! They know they have an international audience. So all of the songs either have hooks that are instrumental, na-na-na-na-na, or like with bits in English. You can still sing along. Or if you want to be like me, just sing along in broken Korean and embarrass you. Well, don't do it in public maybe. Now that's not to say that I only listen to K-pop songs that jam. There are plenty of non-dancey songs that I love too, and I actually like that not understanding the words allows me to imprint whatever emotional experience I'm having onto the song. The lyrics can't take me out of it for being too cheesy or too unrelatable or too graphic, which happens to me with songs in English all the dilly darn time. If lyrics really are that important to you and you feel like you have to know exactly what they're saying, you can just look them up. It's music. There's some beautiful poetry in there. There's also some, you know, it's pop music. Don't you want to vibe? Don't you want to jam? Is English a prerequisite for that experience? No. Broaden your mind. Just as a side note to this conversation, back when I was an idiot tween, I chose Latin to learn in school because of the status it would give me because it would help on my SATs. And then I graduated. Why would I keep learning Latin? But now, with K-pop, I'm picking stuff up. Like, I'm not good at it, but now I get to feel smart because I'm learning about a different culture. Don't you want to feel intelligent? Don't you want to feel worldly? Don't you want to be the expert on a subject that none of your friends are the expert in? Don't you want to feel that? I might be revealing too much about where I draw my sense of self-worth, but you know. Back when I was deep in my quarantine depression, the YouTube algorithm, in all her wisdom, recommended me this YouTube video. And from there I was lost. Tell me that's not the sickest thing you've ever seen. Tell me that's not sick as hell and doesn't immediately make you want to go into the mirror and figure out how to do that. You can, because it is and it does. Every K-pop song that is performed live has choreography. Let me say that one more time. Every K-pop song that is performed live has choreography. Why don't we do that in America? I want choreographed dances to every song that releases. It's so much fun. On their YouTube channels, they release dance practices with just a still camera so you can watch them do the choreography, and it's I honestly watch it more than I watch music videos. All of them are so cool. And some of them are not that hard. There's a link in the description to my personal playlist of favorite K-pop choreography. I don't know how to explain this to you. This might be kind of niche. But have you ever learned choreography to a song? My theater people will get it. If you've learned choreography to a song and then when you hear that song come on in public, or maybe like if you hear the Macarena, that's a bad example. Maybe like single ladies and everyone's excited to do this thing, but that excitement when you're like, it's my time to shine, prepare the stage, and I'm ready to dance. Imagine that feeling for every single song that comes on in your playlist. Every single song has choreography. Even if the choreography is really hard, there's at least one move that you can do. Sure, there are songs that are in English that I really love, but none of them give me that feeling of like, I'm ready to dance. Like, it's so fun. Cool. I hope now you have a basic understanding of how the K-pop industry works, and at the very minimum, at least understand why people love it so much, because it is coming for you. K-pop is coming for us. I don't know if you know, but Big Hit, the company that made BTS, they have a headquarters in LA, and they're planning on gathering together a group and debuting them in America as a K-pop style group. NCT Hollywood, they're gonna have a whole show where they bring Americans to Korea, train them, and then debut them as the next subunit of NCT. I don't know how I feel about all of it, you know. Yeah, but it's happening regardless, so get ready. If you're interested in any of the clips I used or any specific song I played, I put links in the description with time codes just to ease your transition. If you're already into K-pop and you're kind of just here somehow, if you could just like leave some suggestions in the comments for the ways for me to expand my repertoire, that'd be sick. Also, I did make a compilation of my favorite Run BTS moments. That might be gibberish to you, but if it's not, or if you're interested, now that this is out, at least the people who know me in real life have some context before they watch that madness. So it's over there if you want. Go forth, my children, be free, and rest easy with the knowledge that you now have a greater appreciation and understanding for K-pop as a genre and an industry. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. I'd like to thank the Academy.